Hi, and welcome to Josh and Tim Talk Sports. I'm Tim Shire.
I'm Josh Stone.
My broadcast partner, Chuck Kolchuk.
How we doing?
Tommy couldn't be with us tonight. I do want to say, since the last show, Tommy got engaged. Him and Kayla, they got engaged.
Congratulations to Tommy.
Yes. Somewhere in
Anthony J?
Yeah. She got to watch somewhere in 2026. Is what Kayla told me yesterday.
Somewhere in 2026.
Yeah. Like the middle of somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's nothing confirmed. Nothing. Yeah, it is. They'll have been dating 7 years by that time. Yeah.
Wish them nothing but the best.
Yeah. So. All right. Moving on here. I want to ask. Josh might be able to answer this because he's in this world of new words and stuff.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Unlike you and I. When I give you advice, what's it called, Chuck? It's called a tip, right?
Usually it's
I'm going to give you not anymore, Chuck. Did you know that?
What is it
I
called?
did not know.
Why is it called a hack?
A hack?
Yes. Why is a tip on the internet called a hack?
I was kind of raised like an old guy. I
call
it advice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
I think she's so dumb. I do it all the time.
These life hacks, they say.
A hack is when someone stole information from my computer.
Yeah.
Not when they gave me a tip.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. I don't know. I had to bring that up because it was
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. The kids these days, man.
I'm telling you, that's the millennials. They think they're going to change the world.
Change words.
They do.
Change their meaning.
Yeah, and they think that it's making a difference. It's not making a
Yeah,
difference.
you make a real difference in the
The only difference you're making,
word.
the only difference you're making is bugging old guys like me.
Making words more confusing.
Exactly.
Irritating us.
Yeah. Okay. So we have a dad joke. And I think it's a pretty good dad joke, I think.
Okay. We'll see.
We'll see, yeah.
If you can get Astro to laugh, then it's a good one.
Yeah. Did you know there is a species of antelope capable of jumping higher than the average house? This is due to its powerful hind legs. And one other thing. The fact that the average house cannot jump. How about that, huh? Yeah.
I'll give you that one.
Okay.
I'll give you that one.
So now to the sports.
I hope the house can't jump.
Cavs, Triston Thompson was suspended 25 games today.
Sad to see.
Yeah,
Play by the rules.
I woke up to that.
I'm not
I woke up
surprised.
to that.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I got that in the middle of class
That's
today.
beautiful.
You can't take.
No, you're right. You can't do it. You can't make excuses for the guy.
Nope.
Even though I like him, he's one of my favorite Cavs. You cannot make excuses.
Nope.
If you're going to hold one guy accountable, you got to hold them all accountable.
Pay the price. Pay the piper.
Yep.
Can you imagine how many times, think about this, can you imagine how many times David Ortiz would have been suspended if he was on any other team than Boston? How many times? Yeah. Mm-hmm. He got a 162 game ban like Rodriguez.
Yeah.
You know he was doing it.
Robinson.
They tried to say that one was false positive.
I did not.
Oh yeah, he's another one, yeah. And Mark McGuire, we're here to talk about the future, not the past.
Oh, jeez.
Well, no, you're here because we're talking about the past, Mark. That's why you're here. That's why your arms are bigger than the poles on the Capitol building, okay?
Yes.
That's why you're here. I mean, jeez. But if I know Triston Thompson, he will take full accountability.
Yeah.
He will. He'll take. What I like what the NBA does, that Major League Baseball and the NFL don't do. And, the philosophy of a lot of coaches, and I agree with this, if I take him off the team, then where does he have? Okay? So the NBA, what they do is he can practice, He can be at the arena until 2 hours before the game. He can travel with the team.
Okay.
So they don't spiral. You know what I mean?
So they can still lead us. Their life.
Yeah.
Normally other
Yeah.
things
And
in
they
the
don't
game.
have to go on social media, make it work.
They're not getting game checks, so that's hurting them in the. But you're not like totally like destroying them. I'm wondering,
Stay home and
and I'm kind of wondering if this came from like players like Roy Tarpley, who Roy Tarpley played on the Mavericks. He was really good, Josh.
Okay.
Got suspended over and over
Yeah.
for drug use.
Okay.
He's dead now,
Yeah. That is not a name that I have heard.
and
before.
he's really good.
That's
he
interesting.
You look it up.
really
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
He's
that's
really good.
interesting.
But he had a drug issue.
Yeah.
You know, and Steve Howe in baseball.
7 times.
Oh yeah, and he died young too. You know, and he was a really good pitcher too.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of them winning the 81 World Series. I
That
think.
thing is always played for the Yankees.
Well, they played for the Dodgers first. Yeah. But yeah, probably got suspended most of the times with the Yankees. His first time was with the Dodgers. But I saw a picture in a baseball group last week, the week before, and I commented on it. And it was when they won the World Series. And Steve Howe is jumping into the catcher's arms. And it's like, he was a rookie that year. And he was their closer. And it just, like, it hit me. It was like, that was the high point for him.
Wow.
It went down after that.
Yeah.
At least it was the high point for baseball.
And he never, he got in all kinds of trouble, off the field, and he just never, and about a year ago, I remember, someone posted something about him in a group, and then people were saying horrible things about him,
He's gone.
but it's
Let him rest.
Well, yeah, let him rest in
Really?
peace, but guess who was in the group? His brother.
Oh, so jeez.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. They quieted down real quick when they realized they were doing that. Well, how about this, too? How about talking about that kind of thing, how about how the Bulls fans acted? When they retired they put the people in the ring.
Yeah, what they did with Reinsdorf.
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
His wife and brother are there, and they're doing them?
Ridiculous.
I mean, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, that's terrible.
Chicago.
Yeah.
And that leads us to Bills fans.
Oh my
And
God.
look, they're not all bad. A lot of them are
No, I agree.
really
I
on
agree,
those people.
but this is terrible.
You do not death threats because you
That is
missed a field
terrible.
goal?
Yes.
That is terrible.
What I like is I do like, as much as I dislike the NFL and a lot of their hype stuff that they do, I like how the NFL comes together when they need to. And how Chiefs fans are donating to Tyler Bass's charity.
Yeah, for
That's good.
Humane
Cats.
Society
For
cats.
cats.
And
You're going after a guy who has a charity to save cats.
the Buffalo
Look at yourselves, people.
team
Yeah.
came to his rescue.
They did. They did.
They got his back. Josh Allen even said it should have never came down to that.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's it.
It was on me that
And
I
that's
didn't
what a
get
lot
the
of
job
Buffalo fans
done.
are saying too.
Not
It's unbelievable.
I'd like to see anyone who has the audacity to say, put yourself in that
Yeah.
position. Let's see how you do.
Hey Chuck, you work every day. You go to work every day in a factory type atmosphere.
Correct.
Have you ever had a bad day at work, Chuck, where you might not have been perfect? Yeah.
More than that one day.
Have you anywhere you work,
Oh, yeah.
Josh? Yeah,
Oh,
me
yeah.
too. I guess these people who are sending death threats to the kicker.
Just terrible.
By the way, the kicker who was pretty damn good the whole year.
Yeah.
It's
He's a good
ridiculous.
kicker.
They must always be perfect at work.
It's terrible.
It's just awful.
And I tell this to everybody. I will never, ever blame a kicker for losing a game.
Exactly.
Never.
Why did the offense
Never.
do better?
Well, yeah. Why didn't Josh Allen go score a touchdown?
Exactly.
Why didn't the defense get another stop?
If you got the audacity to
Like, come on.
blame this
You
kicker,
cannot just blame the kicker. Never.
what about the ball that was lost? How about the passes that were dropped?
Mhm.
Well,
How about I mean, you can go through all. My point is, you can go through all kind of scenarios.
I wanna show
But
you.
yeah,
guys.
you're gonna put this on this gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I'm gonna look
ridiculous.
for this real quick before we
It's a shame they can't prosecute those.
talk about
It's
blaming
terrible.
people too.
Terrible.
This was my text to Tommy right near the end of the Buccaneers game, right before the last drive started. And I want to say too, yeah, he threw an interception, but the first interception was totally Mike Evans' fault. Okay.
Agreed.
And if the porous defense, which I've been complaining about all year, right? I have. I've been complaining about the defense all year. And what wins in the playoffs? Good defense. And good.
Yeah.
If they gave over 400 yards. You know, he might not have had to be in that position to force the ball in and throw an interception at the end. He threw it. He feels terrible about it.
Yeah.
He feels terrible about it.
Right.
But it wasn't only his fault.
No. Like,
A team game, there's a lot of reasons you lose.
exactly. Like, the interception itself may have been his fault. Losing the
It was.
game
Probably
was not
shouldn't
his
have
fault.
done that.
Losing the game
No.
is not his fault.
And I've not seen a lot of people ripping on him. But I think the only thing I see with and it's not right that it happens, is that how many times has this happened to Buffalo? I'm not laughing at it.
You had a flashback when he missed that kick.
Scott Norwood.
With Scott.
Oh,
Norwood.
1991.
I mean, instantly.
Yeah.
First thing I go, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's what I thought of too. That's what I thought of too. Yeah.
I don't know. If I'm going to be honest here, I think even if he makes a field goal,
Yeah, that just
Patrick
ties it
Mahomes.
up.
That's
He's going
Patrick
right down and
Mahomes.
scoring.
that's Patrick Mahomes.
He's all, yeah, come on.
You know, the last
Do you
time
think
they
he's
played,
not going to go far enough to get their kicker?
do you guys remember the last time they played the Chiefs in the divisional?
They beat him that right.
30 seconds.
They scored.
Mhm.
Buffalo had the lead, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Or tied it, whatever. 30 seconds, go down and score to go to overtime, whatever.
So, when it comes to that interception, this is what I texted Tommy right before. I said, he said, how did they miss that extra point, the Buccaneers? And I said, well, they didn't. They went for 2. And so then I said, right after the kickoff, I said, I don't know what's going to happen here, but the way those Lions fans were celebrating after they scored that touchdown, it could come back to bite them. And then I said this. Tommy said, he said that to his fiance's mom. And then I said this. Like, right when the first play of the last drive was going. I don't care what happens. I hope they score and tie it. This gets me. You guys know I'm emotional. I just hope it doesn't end on a Baker Mayfield interception. Because I just felt so bad for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, I know he gave so much. He mattered to that team a lot. You know what I mean?
If it's one thing I'll give Baker Mayfield, he's always took responsibility.
Yeah.
Whether it was in Cleveland or wherever.
Yeah.
And you gotta give the guy props for that.
Yes.
You don't blame anybody else.
No.
He says, I'm the one. It's my team.
And Mike Evans took responsibility after the game too.
Yeah.
I should have caught that ball.
Yeah, because
That's
he's an all-time
That's
great
3
receiver.
points.
Because he's an all-time great
Yes,
receiver.
he
of course.
is.
Yes.
Like, and you know, they better bring him back. I mean, they've got so much pressure now. I think they really have no choice. And they've got cap room.
Yeah.
They're going to have cap room.
Yeah.
So I think.
Are
I
they
think.
going to bring back Baker?
Oh yeah. They're both going to get.
Oh, yeah.
I think they both get like. Well, I think Baker Mayfield gets like a 2-year with an option year.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah.
And then, but I think Mike Evans probably gets like a 5-year.
He should.
He's done there.
This
So
dude, he should be a lifer for the Buccaneers.
Should be.
I mean,
How can he not be?
I know.
He's the look. I've been watching this thing since the beginning,
Yeah.
and it's not even close. They showed the stats on one of the games. I
Yeah.
think in the Eagles game,
Yeah.
he's got double the receptions and double the 3 times as many touchdowns as the next Bucks receiver.
Yeah.
All time.
Yeah. Well,
They haven't had good receivers. They really haven't.
Yeah.
They've not had great receivers, but I mean that shows though.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Evans is going to go down as one of the best receivers of all time.
Some guy told me the other day he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Well, that guy's an idiot.
Exactly.
Plain and simple.
I haven't seen a lot because of Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
but again, the Hall of Fame is stat.
Well, yeah. Well,
how is he not one
you know
of
what?
the
You know what a good example is, Chuck? And it's and they said it on the game against the Eagles. I don't think they said it Sunday. Game against the Eagles, they brought it up again because we talked about it when he got the 1,000 yards for the year. Mm-hmm. There's only 2 other guys who've done that 10 years in a row.
Oh, 10, that's right.
And their names are Jerry Rice and Randy Moss. You think he might be good? I'm thinking he gets in on the first ballot.
And he's got a couple more years to go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was.
And say what you want. Baker and Evans had that connection.
Oh, they sure. That Brady and Evans did not have last year. No.
And he's still caught 1,000 yards.
He's
Come on, man.
One of the reasons for that, I think, too, was Garland was
out
a little bit last year. Yeah, so they had the perennial injured receiver Julio Jones.
He was in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
When he signed with the Buccaneers last year, right before the season started, immediately I put a poll on the Buccaneers Facebook page. How many games will he miss? Because it got hurt in the game against the Buccaneers.
You say that about a lot of players.
Oh, I know. He's oh gosh. But
you know what? I think the Buccaneers defied the odds this year and had a really good season.
They did.
I think they proved a lot of people wrong.
Don't you think they were similar to the 2022 Guardians?
Yeah.
Similar to that.
Not the greatest record, but they proved a lot of people wrong. Yep.
I mean, that's what I was like. No one's expecting this. That's what makes it even better. When no one's expecting it. Mm-hmm. When your team's expected to be good and then you lose in the divisional round.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't you think that the 2 surprise teams in the league were Tampa and Houston?
It's not even close.
I mean, If anyone could sit here and say
Detroit too, but
Detroit was. We knew that.
We knew. I think everyone knew they were going to win that year.
I think you can put Green Bay in there.
I think so.
I agree.
I mean, you can put Green Bay.
Yeah,
in
they
there
only had one loss the last 7 weeks before they played the 49ers.
To
the Buccaneers.
Yeah,
they're a year early because
they're going to be good. Yeah. Oh yeah. The Lions better keep loading because the Packers are going to be good. And
Jordan Love just got his first full season.
And you also know the Vikings are never far away.
No. Wait till Kirk gets back, baby.
Well, I don't think they're going to re-sign him.
No?
It doesn't sound like it.
I mean, it's stupid, but whatever.
I'm hearing that he could go back to Washington.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah. But I've also heard reports that a couple Buccaneers executives like him. And I'm like, you can't do this.
No, you can't.
You can't do this.
No, you can't.
You can't do this.
Kirk Cousins is going to start somewhere.
Oh, yes. Oh, he's good.
Because he's a
very good
quarterback. And the money that guy's made over his career, more money, than any quarterback. I mean, with his length of contract, he's gonna hit the jackpot again.
Yeah.
So I mean, if he does go back to Washington, I think that'd be a really good fit because these quarterbacks at Washington keep forgetting to use the best weapon on their team, and Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, but do they have?
They keep forgetting about that.
Who do they have besides him?
They got a few young guys.
If you only have one really good guy and then you have a bunch of guys,
and Curtis Samuel,
nobody's going to cover those other guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Curtis Samuel, how old is he now?
He's starting to get there. Because he's got to be like 27, 28.
I think there was a Curtis Samuel when we were younger too, and I keep thinking it's him.
I don't know. He might be like 20, mid.
Oh really?
Mid.
I'm thinking he's like 40. So, we got the games for this week.
One more thing.
Yeah, go on, Chuck.
Tell me why Milwaukee fired their coach.
Oh yeah,
No!
talk about that.
Explain this to me.
I don't
First year coach, 43 games into the year.
Not even-
Oh, by the way, they're 30-13,
Yep.
Well, you know what it is?
and you fire your coach.
Yeah.
I thought of something.
I really think that maybe the GM, they better be looking at their GM.
Well, you know what? There's a thing in the NBA, and it started with Utah when Jerry Sloan was the coach, and I can't remember the player's name. He was their best player, and he didn't get along with Jerry Sloan, and he said he wasn't going to resign as a free agent, and so they fired Jerry Sloan. So they forced him to retire, and that began the inmates running the asylum. You know it is in the NBA.
Yeah.
The players are in
players
control.
running now.
Everyone likes to say it's LeBron James. No, it's like that in
Oh my
every city.
God! Do you
Yes.
see?
It's
you
like-
see what James
yeah.
Harden's done?
So
Jesus.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of those new guys, or I don't know, I'm not going to name names
Yeah.
because they do come back to Cleveland. But oh no, they're done here. That's right, they are done. I'm still not going to name them.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if the players, this is a rookie guy, we can push him around too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
It's a shame.
And so they're going to bring in Doc
Yeah, you
Rivers.
see who the front runner
They're going to
is?
bring in
Yep.
Doc Rivers,
Yep.
the Buck Showalter of
Of
the NBA.
Yep.
I'm going to get you close,
Yep.
but you aren't winning anything with me.
Yep.
That's what he is. Okay, and I'll say the Buck Showalter because I'm not going to say. I almost did. I was going to say he's the Marty Schottenheimer of the NBA. No, because he's a clown. Marty Schottenheimer was not a clown.
Yeah.
I'll never say anything bad about Marty.
Yeah, I don't.
It's ridiculous.
It's
isn't it?
ridiculous.
Yeah, I remember when Pat Corrales got fired by the Phillies when they were in first place. But that was good for us because they hired
We hired him.
Indians hired him like 2 weeks later, and but that doesn't make a lot of sense.
No.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, go ahead. Bring Doc in. Just ruin your season.
Bring Doc in, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Let
You
the
know
Cavs
what?
climb
You
the
know what I
rankings.
hope? I hope that when he takes over, that he brings his son Austin Rivers to be an assistant. Because he's so annoying on NBA Today. He's so I wonder if anyone's ever said to him, the only reason you are where you are is because of your dad. You are not that good, and he's so annoying. Richard Jefferson just threw him under the table the other day on there, and he didn't say a word.
Richard
the rest of the
Jefferson's
show.
awesome,
So
man.
good.
RJ's awesome.
They tried to make it like the Cavs couldn't beat the Bucks, and he picked them to beat the Bucks. It was last week, and the house says to him, "Oh, is that because you were a Cav?" Yeah, and he said, "Well, no, I played on the Bucks too." He said, "Remember, I played on half the teams in the NBA."
Yeah, right.
And then she said, "Oh, okay." And he said, "The reason I'm picking the Cavs is I feel like they're better right now." And I love this. He's Richard Jefferson.
Yeah.
He's like, and he said, "And they're playing in their crib."
Yeah.
So,
Well, Giannis didn't play in that game.
no, he
very
didn't.
true.
But they beat him
But
by
they
40.
beat him by
They
40,
still got
yeah.
a good team.
And Lillard only scored.
Yeah,
Lillard only
17.
scored 17.
Yeah,
And he didn't score after the
The
second quarter.
Cavs have pummeled everybody in
They
this
have.
win streak.
They're
And
taking
yeah.
people apart.
Pummeled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In this win streak, they've won 5 of their games wire to wire.
Oh, I know. Oh, yeah.
At this rate, I don't even want the big guys to come
is.
back.
I know. Well, we'll see what happens. There's
I
going to
know,
be a
we'll see
trade.
what
There's going to
happens.
be a trade.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if
Yeah.
Darius Garland is part of a trade.
Yeah.
I'm
The big fella's still out for
but they're not getting rid of him.
No.
If you trade Garland, you better be signing Mitchell.
Oh, yeah.
You
I
better
don't think they
be.
trade Garland if they're not.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I mean,
I will definitely love to have Mobley back. Though he's one of the best defenders in the NBA. So
he really is, yeah.
it kind of killed
Look
his
how Allen has
defensive
played.
player of the year. Oh my God, Jared Allen's been amazing.
12 in a row now. 12
He's been
double-doubles
amazing.
in a row.
He's been amazing.
And,
Yeah.
and he was talk of.
He was
one
a trade
that
talk.
they were talking about trading.
Oh, they wanted him gone. Remember, the fans wanted him gone after the playoffs last year? He's too soft. Well, Brad Doherty stuck up for him last night because who knows Who was called
being
soft?
soft. Yeah.
Who was called soft?
Brad his whole
He
career.
was.
One of the best centers in my
Yes.
opinion in the league.
Yes, he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's
Him and Robert Price should both be in the Hall of
my
Fame.
favorite Cav.
And probably Larry Nance, too.
Probably.
And they're not in there.
Nah.
I don't
Cavs
get
don't
it.
get any love.
No, they don't.
0.
Ah,
We're used
they
to it.
really don't.
We're used
They
to
get
it.
less than on the national scene. They get less than the Guardians.
The only reason they have anything is because LeBron James came.
That was it. Nobody knows about those teams that we watched, Chuck.
Other than, we got beat by Michael.
Michael
Oh, that's
Jordan.
it. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Greg
Without-
Elo, baby.
Without Michael Jordan, the Cavs would have won a title then. But
Well, that's what Chuck Daly told me once.
it is what it is.
He told me 2 or 3. Yeah. The last team they wanted to face in the playoffs, he told me, was the Cavs.
They had the inside game. They had the outside game. They had
Matchups?
it all.
The NBA is matchups. And what he said was, we matched up terrible against Cleveland. And we matched up very well against Chicago. And that's how it worked out for a bunch of years. So, all right, so let's get to the NFL. We got the 2 games. We got the Chiefs at the Ravens. I believe that's the early game. Chiefs at the Ravens.
That's the 3:00 game. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I just realized I did not do my picks.
No,
I
jeez.
did not do them. Well, we'll go on then. Yeah, so Chiefs at the Ravens. Okay, so all right.
What?
Are you pounding that because of who you might be picking soon here?
Well, yeah, I'm the same way. But I'm gonna go with the team that the younger generation has been lied to their whole life. I argued with a guy the other day in a fan group, a Ravens fan, that told me Art Modell gave Cleveland plenty of chances. Yeah. And I said, you have been lied to your whole life. I explained all of it. He deleted his comment. Like, I wonder if this guy was like, oh my God. My family, the people I lied to me.
Yeah.
This whole time.
Maybe you informed them.
Like, are you kidding me? He gave Cleveland no chances. We were voting on a thing to build the stadium.
Yeah.
He couldn't wait.
He bought, sold, and
Yep. So I'm gonna pick them though. I'm gonna pick the team from Maryland. I don't even want to say anything. I don't want to say their city's name. So yeah, I'm gonna pick them. What do you got, Josh?
I have my Super Bowl champs.
Okay.
The deeper the playoffs get, the better the team
I
gets.
still have mine too.
The better this, in my opinion, the better this team gets, the deeper the playoffs. I
Oh
got the
yeah,
Chiefs.
it's hard to. Yeah.
I got the Chiefs.
So Tommy has the Ravens. What do you have, Chuck?
well,
Chuck has.
I'm going.
Wait, Josh, the Buccaneers are not playing this week. So we know whoever. We can't pick that team, whoever they're playing. So. Go on.
I'm going with the best quarterback in the league. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Chiefs come through with the experience. The offense, I still think is better than Baltimore's. Defenses are. I think it's going to be a tight game,
Yeah.
close game.
It should be.
These
two games are usually good.
Yeah.
But I'm going with Kansas City Chiefs to go back to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah, baby.
So you think he's the best quarterback in the league? I think he's number 2. I think he's number 2 behind Kyle.
I was literally just going to say exactly. Oh my God.
I watched him the other day when they're sitting on the bench, and I'm thinking to myself, what does this guy think on the side?
And I'll tell you what.
As soon as you said second best quarterback,
I knew you were going to say that. I like Allen a lot in Buffalo. And I think that if they can win, I mean, he's really close.
Yeah.
Allen is really, really good.
Yeah, those two are probably. I mean, Lamar Jackson's really good too.
he is really good.
I think he's really good.
Lamar Jackson is getting better as a passer.
I really like
him. I'm not taking nothing away from Lamar. I think he's an outstanding player. And I think he'll put on a show on Sunday. I just think
it should be good. Whatever. Kansas City's got a better defense than they have.
at the end of the day, I can't root for them rat bastards.
Well, I picked the Ravens. You think I'm rooting for them?
No.
I got the championship.
Exactly.
So I can root for the other team.
Yeah, right.
So
Yeah, you can pick the other team if you want.
I did.
I will say this though with our picks, it's nice that the two old guys have won the
Yeah, that's tough.
one 2 years. Sorry, Josh. I love you. I'm sorry, Josh. Right here.
Cheers.
Being right there is one thing, but winning is another.
You know it.
Just like always, give the other guy a few years
One
to
chance to
develop.
another.
Give the young guy a few years to develop.
And what you pick when you're younger, and the things you think about these teams when you're younger, it's crazy. I'll never forget we used to do picks on the Sentinel Sports. There were like 8 of us. Every week we do picks. It was great. And we would write like a sentence or two about each game. And I just think of how much I like Tony Romo as a broadcaster. Couldn't stand him on the plate. When I did the Cowboys game every week, I would somehow fit him into the sentence, and it was Antoinette Romo. Yeah. And the Ravens was always lowercase r. But yeah, I mean, so I guess we can move on to the next game. The Lions and 49ers. I talked to a Lions fan today.
Okay.
Tried to get him on the show.
Yeah.
Former baseball coach, Phil Mahana.
Yeah.
Yes. We exchanged texts after the game on Sunday, which proves I can be very cordial after my team loses. And we talked today. He's finishing the script for the Rockefeller Review right now.
They're going to say the NFL script.
So he's got to do that tonight. So he couldn't come on. Yeah, he's excited. You know what I mean? And we talked about it. I was like, this is how I felt in the late 90s when Tony Dungy took over and things got great. With Tampa, it's crazy how it feels so good when your team is finally good. And you guys know it. I mean, they haven't got past the first or second game yet.
Yeah.
But at least they made the playoffs.
Yeah.
In the past,
Twice in the past, 4 or 5
years
is enough for me.
I was 28 when the Indians made the playoffs the first time. 28! What are you, 19?
I luckily got to grow up.
You're going to be 20.
Yeah.
You got 9 more years to go.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I got to grow up on that.
Yeah. So that's But so I wanted to have him on, see if he could come on, and we could get their perspective on things. But he couldn't. But maybe, who knows, maybe if they get to the Super Bowl, we could get him on here. Because I may not be able to be on next week. I might not be able to be on next week. I'm going to try to find maybe someone to fill in for me if I can't be on.
That'd be good.
It'll be the first show I missed.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
It'd be a good. I know you
Believe me.
I know you get us a good guy.
If someone guest hosts for me, they're going to be more, what do you call it, enthusiastic than I am. Believe me. I'm not getting some boring guy.
Oh, I know.
Well, I'm going to look forward to that.
Can't wait to see what's in store.
All right. So, we, the last game, we got the Lions and the 49ers. And who did I pick?
Who did you pick?
Oh, okay. I told them earlier, too. I said, I hope the Lions win. I'd like to see the Lions win the Super Bowl. It'd be great. But I'm going with 49ers.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with 49ers.
Yeah.
Even though I picked the Lions to win the Super Bowl, I can still be right for that.
Yeah.
I picked against them last week. So, but what did you
You're
got?
not staying true for
Didn't I pick the Rams too? I think I did. I think it was the only game I got wrong in the first week. It was, because remember, I was the only one that picked the Texans.
Yeah.
That was the only game I got wrong. I picked against the Lions every week. I'll keep doing it. They're going to win the whole thing then. Okay, yeah, I'm going 49ers. What do you got, Josh?
Doesn't really matter who wins this game. I'll root for a good game. I'm just going to take the better team here in the 49ers.
Okay, all right. I think they're ahead of them. They're just ahead of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they have experience.
Yeah.
They might have a little more. I think they have a little more on defense. I would say they have a lot more on offense. I mean, Triston Thompson is good, but that Detroit offense is
no, man. Well, they got two really good running backs.
They do. So Tommy picks the 49ers also. What do you got, Chuck?
Well, I'd really like to take Detroit, but I think the best player on the field is going to take over this game on Sunday, and I think Triston Thompson is going to come through big and.
CMC is.
I gotta take.
CMC is the young one.
I gotta take 49ers.
Okay. So
in a game that I think is going to be real close.
You know what we just did?
We
gave the victory to the Lions.
To Detroit.
Well, maybe, well, we didn't do it with the other game because you went and picked the stinking Chiefs. So did you. So you know the Rams are going to win now. You had to screw it up.
Well, I cannot vote for that team. I won't do it.
It's just.
I trust Patty. He's my homie.
Pat Mahomey. He's my homie. I agree.
You know it. Just remember, where's Travis Kelce from?
Cleveland.
He is not going to allow a team that stole our team to win this game. He grew up here.
Oh yeah.
He should have the biggest connection.
Jason's going to be there shirtless again.
He was a little drunk, huh?
It was so funny. Then the announcer have a baby number 4.
Oh, okay. What was funny is they showed him on one of the news, and they said, and he had the beer in his hand, and he jumped over into the, and they said, they were joking. It was great. And they're like, what a representative for our city. I was like, oh yeah, he's drunk.
Yeah, have fun.
And he was. And I just don't understand why people can't let Taylor Swift have fun too. And so
Right. Leave her alone.
I'm just watching the game. It don't bother me that much.
No,
I don't want to bother me at all.
I don't want to see it. She
has
has
the
the
right to be happy.
No, it's not.
He has the right to be happy. So
That's the NFL's fault.
Somebody said to me today in a Facebook conversation, Chuck, it reminds them of, you remember this. Bobby Brister's mom.
Oh, jeez.
Remember?
Yeah.
But the difference is, Taylor Swift's a lot easier to look at. Bobby Brister's mom was a steelboard.
Yeah.
But here we go. We got. I want to end with this. It's my. I guess a little opinion. Not that I ever do that on the show.
What? Tim?
I know.
Sharing? Opinion?
Here we go. I want to end with school systems, including Wycliffe, need to figure out the bus situation. They can find bus drivers. They can. They can figure out there's buses sitting there every day that don't move. They can get drivers. They can. And they go, that's not, they can get drivers. They really want to get drivers. Because yesterday, the Wycliffe bowling team lost their match to Lakeside because they got there late and they couldn't bowl the third Baker game, so they lost the match by 19 pins.
Wow.
Let's say this.
Wow.
Let's say this. Someone who coaches sports said this to me today. But I already thought of the football relation here. But they said to me, what if it was the third quarter and there was a time limit, that field was going to be used by somebody else. And at the end of the third quarter, we'll just say we're with the Blue Devils, were down by 1 point and they were driving. Game's over, third quarter, time's up, you gotta go. You lose. What would happen? People would have a stroke.
Yep.
Okay?
Heart attack.
They would have a stroke about it. Somebody in that school would drive that bus to that football game.
Yeah. Somebody. Anybody.
It's wrong that some sports get crapped on. And they should all be treated equally. And it was just rotten yesterday that those boys lost because they didn't get. And you can't blame bowling alleys, as we talked about. You can't blame bowling alleys. That's how they make their money. Those high school kids bowl for free there. They don't charge them. Okay?
So again, the kids are the ones that get
screwed.
And what are you teaching these kids too? Oh, that he's more important than you. You don't matter as much. You know what? That's what they're teaching these kids. So it's crappy, and they need to do something about this. And it just was. I felt really bad for those kids yesterday. You know, they bowled good. It was one of the matches where they bowled well.
Yeah.
You know, they had a
171 and 180.
Bigger games. 171 and 189. Bigger games. Yeah. And I feel like they would have had, the third one would have been even better. Because the second one's the one they usually struggle, remember? Mm-hmm. And they didn't have a chance to bowl it. They just didn't. And that was crap.
That's terrible.
So, I can't believe we've gone almost to the regular lane. I'm stunned by it. But one last thing, everybody have a great week. And if you do want to do something great this week, donate to St. Jude's Children's Hospital, because that is a great place.
Absolutely.
But I think that's it.
Happy birthday to my boys. They'll be 21 on Friday. God bless you. I love you. And I can't wait to spend the day with you on Friday.
All right. And happy birthday to CJ and Steve.
Yeah, happy birthday.
21.
Oh,
and I am getting close.
Going up Friday.
I'm getting very close to not screwing up which one's which. I've been better at it lately.
Yeah.
I've only known them for like 10 or 11 years. I'm getting close. I am.
They play baseball all the time.
I know. But it's, so from my broadcast partner, Chuck Kolchak,
Have a good night,
and
everyone.
Tommy's not here. I'm Tim Shire.
I'm Josh Doe.
We'll see you next week.
Go Cavs.